Well, having Bret Hart be the special guest referee was just bizarre.
That's the other thing. You have the hottest free agent, a man just oozing controversy, and you have him special guest ref a match.
Yeah,
What are you doing?
sense. Doesn't make any sense.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, you mean to tell me you couldn't have found a match for Bret Hart? Couldn't have put Bret Hart on the card? But you decided to have Saturn defeat Chris Benoit in nearly 11 minutes. Like, you could have done Bret Hart and El Dandy.
El Dandy's a jam up guy.
He really is. You could have had a clash of styles. You could have had Bret Hart versus Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
I mean, give them 20 minutes and cut two of your bullshit matches.
Yeah.
Like, you literally are just sitting there feeding.
Has Bischoff ever explained why they chose to do that with Bret?
My understanding is that they did it because they wanted to capitalize on the Montreal screw job. The best way to do it was to make Bret a special guest referee.
Yeah. Now that you say it, I have heard him say that.
And no, the
Good
best way
Lord.
to capitalize on it is you put him in a match and you have him work.
Yeah, they could have done something where like a little fantasy booking, put him in a position where he's coming in, he's gonna have a match, but for some reason he's concerned, his character is concerned that he's going to get screwed in a high profile match.
I wouldn't even have done that. I'm of the belief that you have him start a quick program with someone very reliable.
Yeah.
And you just have a match. Have him go out and work. That's it. Don't do any lame stories.
Well, I think, I just think if you want to capitalize, like looking at it from Bischoff's perspective, if you want to capitalize on Montreal, maybe there's something in there about, that Bret's a little bit paranoid. It's like something happens or something that makes Bret a little bit paranoid.
Against the
You had a reason to be paranoid, though.
No, but Bret wouldn't be paranoid. Like,
after what happened to him?
No, because the whole idea of Bret the Hitman Hart is get back on the horse.
Well, I know. What? I know, but get back on the horse no matter what, but maybe a little bit more cynical. Yeah, a little bit more suspicious of people. Put it that way. I think it would have been a natural evolution of the character.
I think you could have removed Saturn from the Benoit match and had him and Benoit.
Oh yeah, that would have been great.
I mean, there is so many other things they could have done. And then let's not forget what they did do. They did like a throwaway match with him. They did a throwaway match with him. They did a throwaway match the next month with him and Ric Flair.
Yeah.
13 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, Bret in his book said, I really felt like,
they didn't have a plan for him.
They didn't have a plan for me. And based on all of this, I'd have to say he's painfully accurate.
And that Vince was right when Vince told him WCW won't know what to do with you. And he was right.
Yeah, they really didn't. And it just further proves that WCW didn't have any ideas for these WWE guys. It was all to just capitalize on what they've done with WWE. And like Bruce Pritchard said, at some point, you're going to have to make your own stars.
Never understood why, too. They got Bret and they also got Davey Boy and Neidhart, but it didn't bother to put but they just put Davey Boy and Neidhart in a jobber tag team. And had no association with Bret in WCW. I thought that was mind-boggling to me. Why? That it was?
Yeah, Bret's thing was he thought that Davey and Jim could stand on their own. And obviously wrong, but you know, and Bret wanted to do things on his own too, which okay. And let's not forget that Jim and Davey weren't the most reliable guys at that point.
Oh, that is true.
If you put them with Bret, you're putting them in a main event spot essentially.
Would have been fine.
And if they're not reliable,
well, they were reliable enough.
I mean, you had more than enough guys in the main event that were reliable enough in WCW. Reliable enough is, if you, depending on who you believe, why we had the mess we had with Starrcade 97.
Yeah, I just think there's so many missed opportunities with Bret and WCW, so many. But this was kind of the beginning of that, right? Just completely wasting him.